All right, MLN fans, we are back for our first potential clinching game of this World Series. 43,000 fans out here in the rain to watch the St. Joseph Sausage Dogs visit the Los Angeles Dragons in Game 5 of this World Series. The Dragons have a 3-1 lead. This is their last home game for the series, hoping to make it count. And on the mound for the visitors, the Sausage Dogs, it's Miguel Batron. Batron, uh, one of their better pitchers. He had a great start in the championship series, Game 4. Ended up taking the loss 2-1, but absolutely dominated on the mound in that game. Uh, on the other hand, his first game here, Game 1 against Los Angeles at home in St. Joseph, he gave up 7 runs in, 3 1/3? On the other hand, on the mound for the Dragons, it's Bo-Young Kim. Kim has pitched a couple of times in about 3 innings in relief in this postseason. Hasn't started a game since September. Going to be interesting. Let's get down to the field and take a look. All right. And here we are. It's Tommy Nance behind the plate. Gonna have Matt George at third, Zachary Johnstone at short, Felipe Lara at second, and Carlito Genes over at first. Collier, Coriano, and Mendoza in the outfield. Same lineup we've seen in every game so far, more or less, other than the catcher, Nance, who splits time with the other guy, Weikang Zhu, behind the plate, and it's going to be Ferdinando Barber, Oliver Vargas, and David Perez to face Bo-Young Kim here to start the game. So big game for the Dragons, obviously, chance to clinch, take home their first World Series title, the first World Series title ever in the history of MLN. Uh, and the first pitch of the game is popped straight up in the air, just above second base. Johnstone calls off Lara and makes the play, and that is 1 down to start the game. Here's Vargas in to face the right-handed Kim. Righty on righty. Vargas is 9 for 37 in the playoffs. On-base percentage of 420, though. He's drawn some walks, gets on base when he needs to. And the 1-0 from Kim is belted to center, but playable. Hangs up in the air. Coriano makes the catch, and that's 2 down. That brings up David Perez. Perez 14 for 41 in the postseason. He was the championship series MVP. Hasn't been quite as effective in the World Series here, but 2-2 pitch. Let's see if he can get something going for him. Not this time. He struck him out. Bo-Young Kim retires the side in order in his first start since September 27th. And let's take a look at the defense for the Sausage Dogs. So Patron on the mound, we talked about. It's Gus Tynes behind the plate. Jesus the Jesus Meza over at third. Ferdinando Barber at short. David Perez at second. Oliver Vargas holding things down at first base. Then out in the outfield, this fantastic defensive outfield. I feel like I've said that in every game. They haven't proven me wrong yet. It's Orlando Cerezo, Atilio Carrillo, and Bill Christensen over and right. And it's going to be Bobby Collier, who's been the hero of the postseason, leading off, followed by Coriano and Nance. The 0-2 to Collier. Rough start there. The 0-2, Patron deals, and Collier, whoops. That is a 1-run lead. Leadoff hitter absolutely hammers the ball to the opposite field. 387 feet for Collier on the Solar home run. That is the way they wanted to start things off. 1 run on 1 hit. The first batter that Patron faces. And Patron not looking like he's shaken off that earlier start from the series when he gave up 7 runs. And it's Coriano now with nobody on and nobody out following the home run. The 0-2 to Coriano. And he hits it hard to center field, but that's playable for Carrillo in the gap. And 1 down. All right, here's Tommy Nance, the catcher. Nance is 7 for 24 in the playoffs. 2-2 to Nance. Struck him out. Ooh, he chased that one way out of the zone, but it still counts. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. 2 down for Matt George. Oh, and he struck out George, too. So Patron gets it back together. Buckles down after giving up the solo shot to Collier, but it's a 1-0 lead for the Dragons as we start the top of the second. Kim is going to face Christensen, the Jesus, and Paul Miller here in this half. 1-2 to Christensen. Oh, and he struck him out. Another strikeout for Christensen. Second strikeout for Kim. and it's the Jesus. Jesus the Jesus Mesa has been an absolute monster in this World Series for St. Joseph. Not enough to win many games, but another base hit from Mesa. Goodness. Another base hit from Mesa, and it's 1 on and 1 down for Paul Miller. Miller hits it hard the other way, but right at Mendoza. He charges in on it, makes the play, and that is 2 down now. Mesa at first, and Cerezo at the plate. Cerezo takes the 0-1 pitch and hammers it into the gap for a double. We'll see if Mesa can score on that all the way from first. Looks like he'll have a chance. They pick up the ball on the warning track. Cerezo is standing at second. Probably could have had a shot at third, but that's a tie game. Sausage Dogs tie the game on a big hustle play by Mesa and a nice double into the gap from Orlando Cerezo. And here is Gus Tynes now. Cerezo at second with good speed on the base pass. Full count to Tynes. It's a weird way of coming up with hits in odd situations, and then occasionally just striking out looking. All right. They get 2 hits in the inning and a run to tie the game. And it's 1-1 coming into the bottom of the second. Patron to face Tyler Coleman, Moises Mendoza, and Carlito Shenes. If all goes well. The 1-2 to Coleman, and Coleman hits it hard. That is going to drop for a base hit. Gets down in front of Christensen. Line shot. Thought he had a play on it. Thought the better of it and just played it on the hop, and that is the leadoff runner aboard for the Dragons. Moises Mendoza out of the plate. Mendoza 12 for 40 in the playoffs with a home run. And that's going to get through for a base hit as well. Nice ground ball single, hit straight up the middle, right past the pitcher and over second base, and that takes us to runners at first and second for Carlito Shenes. Shenes 10 for 38 in the postseason. And that's down for a base hit in front of Christensen again. The runner from second will hold up. Christensen's got a good arm, no reason to challenge him with nobody out, and that'll load the bases now. Bases loaded for the mighty Felipe Lara. Lara 9 for 35 in the postseason. Takes a 1-2 pitch and struck him out. Patron got himself into this jam. He's going to try to get himself out. That's his third strikeout of the game. And here's Zachary Johnstone. Johnstone had a couple of big at-bats in the championship series. Been a little quiet in the World Series so far. Oh, hits into the... No, it's not a double play. My goodness. How many times have we talked about this? The St. Joseph infield just not doing what they need to on a routine ground ball. That should have been a double play. No reason they shouldn't be out of this inning. Instead, they give up another run, fall behind 2-1, and it's Collier who hit the solo home run in his first at-bat with runners at the corners and 2 out. And this time he's going to fly out to Christensen and right. Can of corn for Bill Christensen, and that is it for the inning, but they add another couple of hits. They leave 2 runners on, and it is a 2-1 lead now for the Dragons after 2. They're keeping that pressure on, and here it's Carrillo, followed by Barber and Vargas. The 0-2 to Carrillo, and he gets it into play, but Matt George makes the play at third, and that is 1 down to start the inning. So Ferdinando Barber. Barber 0 for 1 in the game. The 2-2 pitch to Barber. Hit that hard, but not hard enough. Mendoza stays underneath it and right, almost to the warning track, and pulls it in for the second out. Now here's Oliver Vargas. Vargas also 0 for 1. 1-2 pitch, struck him out. Bo Young Kim with another strikeout, and that's an 1-2-3 inning for the Sausage Dogs half of the third. And here comes Jorge Coriano. He'll be followed by Nance and Matt George in the hole. Coriano full count and hits one deep into the hole. Good play by Barber to get a glove on that and throw him out at first, and that's 1 down. Now here's Nance. Nance 0 for 1 in the game. And that will get through. Gets past Perez at second. Dives for it, but isn't able to make the stop, and that's a base hit. So Nance at first with 1 down, and Matt George to the plate. George is 0 for 1. Not anymore. That's deep into the corner. We'll see if that can score the slow-moving Nance from first. It does, and that is 3-1 in favor of the Dragons. Matt George now standing on second with one down, and Tyler Coleman at the plate. Coleman 1 for 1. Coleman puts that down in front of the center fielder Carrillo, and that's going to score a run. Matt George comes across barely ahead of the throw, but he counts. 4-1 now for the Dragons. And they go to the pen. That's it for Miguel Patron. Disappointing. Kicks the Gatorade can, the barrel, whatever the fuck they call it. He kicks it over in the dugout. Probably just going to march straight out to his Ferrari and cry on a pile of $100 bills. And that brings in Rick Hazelton. Hazelton, 20-year-old from Wichita, Kansas, that hotbed of baseball activity. He's pitched twice in the playoffs, 4 2/3, given up 4 hits, walked 3, struck out 6. He's going to get some strikeouts, but he gets into danger a little bit, getting people on base. Let's see, with Coleman at first and only 1 out, how he does with Mendoza here. The 0-2 to Mendoza, and he struck him out. That's what you bring in Hazelton for. And Carlito Zenez now with 2 down. He's 1 for 1 in the game. And got under that one. Easy fly ball for Cerezo. That'll do it. Dragons add 2 more to the total here, and it's now a 4-1 lead going into the top of the 4th. Bo-Young Kim to face David Perez, Bill Christensen, and Jesus, the Jesus Mesa, the heart of the order for St. Joseph, but with a 3-run cushion. Oh, there's a little bloop base hit from Perez to start things off. Just over the shortstop Johnstone's head, just in front of Bobby Collier for a single. And it's Bill Christensen to the plate. Full count. He struck out last time. This time he's going to pop it up. Foul territory for Matt George. He'll take it. 1 down now. Jesus, the Jesus Mesa to the plate. Mesa 1 for 1 in the game. 2-2 pitch. See something he likes. Ooh, doesn't get all the way around on it. Matt George picks it up and turns 2 to end the inning. So they leave a runner on. Well, technically no, they got him in the double play, but they fail to capitalize on a base runner. The 1 hit in the inning, and it's still a 4-1 lead for the Dragons here going into the bottom of the 4th. All right, Lara, Johnstone, Collier to bat against Hazelton here in this inning. 2-1 to Lara. Nobody fucks with the Jesus. 1 down. Now Johnstone, 1 for 2 in the game. It's that one at his counterpart Barber. Easy play for the shortstop, and that's 2 away for Bobby Collier. Collier 1 for 2 with the solo home run, the lead off the game. 0-1 pitch. Carrillo pulls that in. Sorry, I'm yawning. It's late here. Carrillo pulls that one in, and that will do it for the inning. Top 5, 4-1 Dragons. Paul Miller, Orlando Cerezo, and Gus Tynes to the plate. Kim with 4 strikeouts so far. 1-0 pitch. Miller pops it up to where Coriano can get it. That's 1 down to start the inning. And here's Cerezo. The 0-2 count to Cerezo. Struck him out. He swung. He was nowhere near that breaking ball, and that is 2 down now. Bo-Young Kim gets his 5th strikeout in the game, and it's Gus Tynes to the plate. Tynes struck out earlier. This time he puts it in play, easily gathered up by Zenez, takes it himself to end the inning. And after halfway through 5, 4-1 Dragons, with the Dragons coming up. Coriano, Nance, and Matt George. Hazelton still in the game for St. Joseph. Goes full count here. Coriano grounds one back. Easy play to Barber. And the leadoff hitters away for the Dragons. Tommy Nance now. Nance 1 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch. Struck him out. And Matt George, also 1 for 2 with an RBI in the game. And George hits it hard. Hard hit ball. Carrillo covers a lot of ground into the gap to run that one down. That's why you play him. And that will end the fifth. 4 runs on 7 hits for the Dragons so far. 1 run on 3 hits for St. Joseph. And Bo Young Kim takes the hill to start the 6th inning. He's going to face Carrillo, Barber, and Vargas. 1 for 2 to Carrillo. Struck him out. 6 strikeout for Kim. He's in a groove. And here's Ferdinando Barber. 1 down, nobody on. Barber grounds one back to the pitcher's mound, easily fielded by Kim, and that's 2 away for Oliver Vargas. Vargas 0 for 2 in the game so far. Struck out earlier. Puts this one in play, but not anywhere useful. Nance has it in foul territory. Zenes comes over and steals it from him. 1-2-3 inning again for the Sausage Dogs, and it's still 4-1 Dragons. Bottom 6, here's Tyler Coleman. Coleman hits it hard. Christensen makes a diving catch out and right. My goodness, that was a risk-reward play there. If he doesn't make that catch, it's a triple. But he's got a glove on it, and that is 1 away in spectacular fashion by Bill Christensen. It's Mendoza, Zenes on deck. The 1-0 to Mendoza. Base hit. Base hit back up the middle, and that'll do it for Hazelton. Here comes Victor Pena. Pena has pitched 3 times in these playoffs. 2 1/3. He blew a save against New York. And against the Dragons here, he came in for 2/3 of an inning, allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, and struck out 2. So, feast or famine with this guy, and been a whole lot more of the latter so far in this series. Let's see what he does here with Zenes, who's 1 for 2 in the game, and a runner at first. And he gets Zenes to fly out to Christensen, so that's 2 away. And it's Felipe Lara. Lara hits it hard. Cerezo's got it. That'll do it for the 6th inning, with the Dragons leading 4-1. Now here's Bo Young Kim. He's scattered 3 hits and 1 run over 6 innings so far. Struck out 6, looking much, much better than I expected out here. And he's got the heart of the order again. It's Perez, Christensen, and Meza here in the top half of the 7th. The 1-0 to Perez, and Perez hits it out, all the way out, into the upper deck. First home run for Perez this postseason, 387 feet. Somehow hit it exactly as far as Bobby Collier hit the last one. And the Dragons still have the lead 4-2, but the leadoff home run by Perez brings it a little bit closer. Here's Bill Christensen. Christensen's 0 for 2. He struck out and popped out. Not this time. Rips it down the line, into the corner, off the wall. That's a double at least. Yep, he slides in ahead of the throw at second. And 2 straight hits off Bo Young Kim here to start the 7th. Got to be getting somebody up in the bullpen, I hope. Jesus the Jesus Meza, who's just been on fire. 1 for 2 in the game. The runner in scoring position and nobody out. Oh no, he grounds it back to the pitcher's mound, moves the runner over. But 1 down, not what you want out of your best bat. And it's Paul Miller now with a runner at third and 1 down. They really need a run here. And Miller strikes out, not even able to get the sacrifice fly in play. And Esteban Soto comes out of the pen. He's pitched a good bit. Pitched 2 days ago, 2 2/3, only allowed 2 hits, struck out 2. Before that, he pitched 2 innings, only allowed 1 hit, and struck out 3. He has had the Sausage Dogs number here in late inning relief, and let's see if he can keep it going. Orlando Cerezo at the plate, 1 for 2 in the game. 0-1 to Cerezo. And he gets it through for a base hit to score a run. They pull within 1. The tying run is now at first base. Here in the top half of the 7th, Soto disappointed himself, but Another chance here with Gus Tynes. 2-2 to Tynes, and he struck him out. So that'll do it, but St. Joseph, 3 hits, 2 runs in the inning, and that takes us to a 4-3 game going into the bottom of the 7th. Please enjoy the 7th inning stretch performed by George Strait. And here to start the Dragons half of the 7th, it's Zach Cioffi out of the pen. Cioffi's pitched a good bit as well. He pitched 1 1/3, only allowed 1 hit, but I gave up a run on a home run yesterday. And a week before that, pitched in a full inning, struck out 1, allowed no hits. So, let's see what Cioffi's got against Zachary Johnstone. Johnstone hits a rocket. Is that run down on the warning track by Christensen? Catches it on the run. Just that outfield's unreal out there. And here is Bobby Collier, 1 for 3 with the home run. 3-1 pitch to Collier. Oh, he hit it hard. But Vargas makes the play over at first, takes it himself, and that's 2 down for Cioffi. Quick work of the first 2 hitters here, and it's Jorge Coriano. 0 for 3 in the game. The 0-1 count. Oh, goodness. That is off the top of the wall. Oh, he's going to end up with a double instead of a home run by about 8 inches. That is not the first time that Coriano's come up about 8 inches short of satisfaction, to say the least. But here is Tommy Nance. Tommy Nance, no trouble in that department, hung like an absolute donkey. 0-2 pitch to Nance and his huge wang, and he hits it up the middle. Oh, misplayed by Barber. Misplayed by Barber. They're going to call it an infield hit and not an error. He was diving to his left to make the stab at it. Knocks it down, but can't make a throw, and that puts runners at the corners for Matt George with 2 down. They'd love to add a run here. And they will. George puts it down for a base hit. Easy RBI, and it's 5-3. Dragons just doing enough every single time they get in a little bit of trouble with St. Joseph. They're just adding enough. Here's David Cantu, another reliever here. It's lefty Jesse Stallman. Stallman pitched yesterday, pitched a full inning, walked 2, struck out 1, gave up no hits. See what he can do with Cantu. It's pinch hitting. And Cantu grounds out. Fielder's choice. They get the runner at second. That'll do it. The lead now 5-3 as we go into the 8th inning. St. Joseph has 2 half innings left, 2 innings of at-bats left to catch up this 2-run deficit. It's Tommy Irvine out of the pen to pitch the 8th. Irvine, the stopper here in Los Angeles. He has pitched very well in the playoffs. No, I take that back. He pitched very well in the playoffs right up until the 14th when he pitched 2/3 of an inning and gave up 4 hits and 5 runs. So, you know which Tommy Irvine St. Joseph's hoping to see. But the Dragons fans are hoping he's got it back together. 3-0 pitch to the pinch hitter Mike Gilliam, and he walked him. Irvine gives up the leadoff walk. Looks like he's picking up where he left off from his last outing. That's not what anybody wanted to see if you're on the Los Angeles side. And it's Mendoza now. No, I'm sorry. Mendoza's leading off the next inning. I'm looking at the wrong side. It's Barber. Barber with Gilliam at first. Good speed. Ferdinando Barber will get that down for a base hit in front of Mendoza. Unfortunately for St. Joseph, it was questionable if Mendoza was going to get to it, so Gilliam's not able to take the extra base. And you got runners at first and second with Vargas at the plate. Vargas 0 for 3 so far. Full count to Vargas. That looks like double play ball. But it's not. Lara makes a play. Johnstone does not make the relay throw to first. And you've got runners at the corners with 1 out. All things considered, I think you take that. So Gilliam with good speed at third. David Perez homered in his last at bat. 2 for 3 in the game. Starting to drizzle out there, according to the play-by-play. Perez hits it hard to the shortstop. This time they turn 2, and they get out of that jam. 2 base runners in the inning, but nobody scores 5-3 lead for the Dragons as the chances for St. Joseph start to slip away. It's Mendoza followed by Zenes and Lara here. Going to face Dan Spurgeon. Spurgeon comes out of the pen having allowed 2 runs in the entire playoffs. Has not pitched against the Dragons yet. He'll take Mendoza to a full count, the leadoff hitter, and then strike him out. Can't leave the bat on your shoulder on a 3-2 count, Moises. Got to swing. Here's Zenes now. The 1-2 with 1 out. Struck him out as well. Spurgeon came in like he had a job to do. Good. God damn. Here is Felipe Lara now. The 1-2 to Lara. 0 for 3 so far, and he struck him out as well. Dan Spurgeon faces 3 batters, strikes out 3 batters. And here it is, folks. Top of the 9th. World Series championship on the line. Matt Kelly comes out of the bullpen. Kelly, the closer, he has 3 saves in the playoffs so far. He got himself into trouble his first outing against Cooperstown, but other than that, he has been gold. Not a lot of strikeouts, only a couple of strikeouts in these playoffs, but he's only allowed 2 hits. One of them was a 3-run home run. That was back against Cooperstown. Since then, he's allowed 1 hit and no other base runners. No walks, just a 1 base hit. So it's that Matt Kelly in to face the cleanup hitter Christensen, the number 5 hitter Jesus the Jesus Mesa, who's been absolutely on fire, and Paul Miller, who's got this weird knack for out of nowhere heroics. Going to be interesting here. 5-3. 1-2 pitch to Christensen from Kelly. And he struck him out. Bill Christensen strikes out in a huge moment. That's disappointing. And it's Jesus the Jesus Mesa. Righty on righty, not his strong suit. He's 1 for 3 in the game. Works the count full. He's patient. And then flies out to right. Mendoza pulls it in, and they are 1 out away. The Dragons are 1 out away from clinching their first ever World Series title. And it's Paul Miller, the only man standing in the way. A 1-1 pitch to Miller, and he grounds it back to the pitcher's mound, but he runs it out. Holy shit. Paul Miller, of all people, again, runs out a grounder back to the pitcher. Kelly got cocky, didn't get off the mound in a hurry, thinking about celebrating, not thinking about making the play, and now that brings the tying run to the plate in Orlando Cerezo, who is 2 for 3 in this game with 2 RBI. That's wild. Wild stuff. The first pitch to Cerezo is belted to left for a base hit. Collier lets it bounce in front of him, not wanting to risk, catching it, I guess. And they're not out of it yet. Runners at first and second with great speed. And Gus Tynes is going to hit for himself in this huge situation. He's 0 for 3 in the game. He's, frankly, not very good. All comes down to Gus Tynes here for the Sausage Dogs, and Tynes gets it down in front of the right fielder. That will score nobody. They all hold up, bases loaded for Mike Gilliam, who pinch hit for Carrillo in the last inning. Gilliam 0 for 3 in the playoffs. This would be a great time to get your first hit, buddy. 2-0. Oh, no. And that's it. It all comes down to Gilliam, and Gilliam blows it. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and he grounds out softly to second base, and that is the first MLN World Series in the books. Your champions, Ben Vincent and the Los Angeles Dragons. Congratulations, Ben. Congratulations to the Zigmo. That was a hell of a season out of St. Joe, and I don't have to talk to all you people for another whole year.